Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Thursday, March the 21st. My name is Judge Esparza. We have a couple of writ hearings scheduled this afternoon. We do not have a court reporter. If you're requesting a court reporter, your hearing will be reset for another date. I don't have any objections. We'll proceed as such.
None from the state, Judge.
Not hearing any. Okay, not hearing any objection. We will proceed. The first case I'm going to call is C-1243-24-I, State of Texas versus Adelina Jimenez. Stand up here in the middle of the courtroom, Ms. Jimenez. Right there's good. Okay, you speak English, correct? She's English speaking. Mr. Whitaker, I believe this is your case.
Yes, Your Honor.
The client is present. She's English speaking. You may proceed, sir.
Yes, Judge. So what we were asking for is a $1,500. I'm sorry, it'd be a $15,000 bond. She's got a couple of. She's got infant children, and basically, although the accuser is the father, I believe, or at least the father of one of those children.
There is a protective order, Mr. Whitaker, that was issued. I'm not sure if you're aware, but it was issued by the JP who magistrated her.
I requested it.
I'm sorry, it is effective for 91 days. Not to go, if she does make bond, you're not to go near the address at 1607 Tower Road. Do you understand that? Okay, do you have somewhere else to go? Okay. Not to have any contact with the protected person, which is Santiago. So that means no communications, no phone calls, no calling from jail, no text messages whatsoever. Do you understand? Until the protective order is removed, or if your attorney can get it modified through the JP and change those conditions. You understand that? Jay, do you have a recommendation from the state?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a very serious case where the defendant is alleged to have stabbed. It looks like her father with a knife on his thigh, Judge. I understand Mr. Whitaker's position, Judge, but again, we would be opposed to any kind of bond reductions. We believe that
I will gleefully correct.
Hold on, Mr. Whitaker. Hold on. Let him finish.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe the $75,000 cash surety that's currently set is reasonable in light of the circumstances. I understand she has no criminal history, Judge, but again, the facts are quite aggravating.
Okay, so Judge, not quite. She's accused of having stabbed or scratched, really, her boyfriend.
My apologies, Judge. I thought it was her father. I heard Mr. Whitaker say something about her father.
And it appears as though it wasn't that serious because he wasn't asking for charges in the probable cause statement. It states that he was specifically saying he did not want to pursue charges. It doesn't sound like it was a severe matter, honestly. I mean, I realize if you scratch somebody with a blade, technically it could be a felony, but we're probably not in realistic time.
Let me go ahead and make a quick amendment to that, Judge. I do note he didn't want to call the police because she has an active warrant, but I do show he did want to file charges against her. I'm reading that right now.
That's the way I read it too.
Yeah.
I didn't read what he didn't want to file charges. He just said he didn't want to call because she had an active warrant. But
correct.
I didn't read where he didn't want to proceed with charges. This happened last year sometime. Is that correct? July of 2023?
Yes, Your Honor. That's what I'm showing as well.
So she wasn't arrested that night, apparently? You didn't get arrested that night? Okay. I did see was there not a prior injury to a child charge and she pled guilty to a felony charge?
I'm pulling that up, Your Honor. I didn't see.
Yeah, no, there was. And in fact, I notified that in my email, I think, to Annalise.
My apologies, Your Honor. That's correct. I mislooked at the wrong NCIC, but yeah, it looks like she pled to a injury to a child. That's correct.
Yeah, and Judge, that one doesn't have to do with these children in her household, is my understanding.
Yeah, I read the complaint on that one. Raise your right hand, ma'am. Your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes. State your name loudly, please.
Adelina Jimenez.
Oh, you can put your hand down. How old are you, Adelina? Where were you born? You have a job?
Self-employed.
What do you do?
Selling snacks.
Sorry, louder.
Selling snacks.
You have kids?
Yes.
How many?
3.
Where are they with now? Are you married?
No, not yet.
You said you have somewhere to go if you are released on bond?
Yes.
Where would you go live?
I'm going with my mom.
She doesn't live at 107 or 1607 Tower Road, is that correct? Okay. And the alleged victim in here is your father or your husband? Or your, okay, it's not your father.
No.
I misunderstood you, Mr. Whitaker. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, understand that there is a protective order. You cannot have any contact with this individual for 91 days. They'll give you a copy of the protective order when you're released. I'm telling you about it now, and you'll get a copy. If you want to have it amended, speak to your attorney, and he can request from the JP, see if they'll amend it. But for now, no contact with him. Do you understand that? No drugs or alcohol while you're out on bond. Bond will be reduced to $15,000. Cash surety. Again, no contact with the victim. Understand that?
Yes.
Anything else, any other, Jay?
Nothing further, Judge.
Nothing further, Judge. I have requested the EPO from the JP. I haven't received it yet.
Okay, we can get you a copy. We'll have a order this release filed
Okay.
this afternoon.
No sweat. All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Good day, sir.
afternoon.
See you, Leonard.
Have a seat. Good luck to you, man. Next case we're gonna call is C-1252-24-I, State of Texas versus Domingo Cantu. Go ahead and stand up, Mr. Cantu, in the middle of the room there. You speak English, correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
He is present. He is English speaking. Mr. Ortegon, this is your motion.
Yes, Your Honor. Just briefly, Judge, I do know that he hired an attorney, Rubio Salinas, on a revocation that he has out of the same transaction. Before going forward, I just want to make sure that he's fine with me going forward. I know they haven't sent me any notice on this charge. I just noticed on the revo that I'm no longer appointed anymore, but I haven't gotten any notice on this. So I would hate to have a writ hearing while he's retained counsel on this case, if that's the case. But again, nobody from Mr. Salinas's office or anybody has advised me. So I am present and ready. I'm just making sure that he's okay with me going forward, or if he wants to wait for Rubio Salinas. I filed this motion 5 days before they hired Mr. Salinas. And I'm prepared to go forward, Judge. I just want to make sure that he's okay with me going forward on this writ if he has not hired, because I represent him as far as I'm concerned. I just don't know if he's hired Rubio on my cases as well.
Okay, hang on just a minute. I do have Rubio scheduled for this afternoon on another case. Contacted his office and he's not logged on. I did see the motion to revoke out of the 93rd. I didn't notice who the attorney was. I just saw that there was a capias, well, that had already been served. There's actually a hearing set for the 26th of March, next week.
Do you mind if I ask him,
You swear to
Judge?
tell the truth? Hold on just a minute. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name. A little louder. Did you hire Rubio Salinas? Did you hire him for this case that you were in custody for, the
Smuggling, Judge.
smuggling case? You did hire him for this case?
My father hired him, and then I'm pretty sure he was supposed to take over the whole thing, the whole case.
Okay, because you also have a motion to revoke pending in the 93rd. Do you want Mr. Ortegon, who was appointed to your case, do you want him he's ready to proceed today, and it would just be on a smuggling case to request a bond reduction for you, or do you want to wait till Mr. Salinas?
Interfere with anything that Mr. Salinas is gonna do?
Well, you hired him. I don't know. That's your decision. That's what Mr. Ortegon wants to know. So,
And I texted Patrick Kennedy, Judge, and I haven't gotten a response. If the client's okay with it, I can go forward. As long as he's okay with it, I don't mind going forward and making arguments on his behalf here today.
your decision. And you said you hired him. There's nothing on file. I've not received any notice that Mr. Salinas is on this case. So as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Ortegon is your attorney. But if you're saying you hired him and you want to wait, I mean, I don't have any problem waiting. You're set for the 26th, which is next week, next Monday, next Tuesday, I think, right? The 26th.
We can go ahead and proceed. I mean,
Next Tuesday, correct?
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, correct.
Want to go ahead and proceed?
I will go ahead and proceed. So, take it.
And I'll advise.
Just so you're aware, well, just so you're aware, Mr. Ortegon, based on the fact that he does have a motion to revoke, I was not going to reduce the bond. I mean, I read the motion to revoke. One of the allegations is he's not reported in over a year to probation. So as far as I'm concerned, he's an absconder, and I wasn't going to reduce the bond. You can make your argument, but
Would this court consider, Judge, $2,500 cash surety bonds on each count in case he is able to make bond, and in case he is able to work out the revocation, Judge, even with the condition of VIP? I understand that his family has retained counsel at least on a revocation. So it sounds to me that he is serious about reporting, he is serious about complying, and he is serious about taking care of these charges, Judge. He is a U.S. citizen with ties to the community, Your Honor. His father is obviously in contact with him and supporting him, Judge. I would respectfully request that this honorable court reconsider, give him $2,500 cash surety bonds on each count so that he can make bond. Obviously, we know that he's going to be held until he's able to figure something out on the revocations, Judge. I would just hate for him to continue sitting in jail on these charges if he's able to make bond on those revocations, Your Honor.
what I'll do is I'll hold off on making any decision until after the 26th. If he's granted a bond over there, then I'll consider. Jay, you'd be opposed to any?
I would, Your Honor. I would, Judge. The facts of the new cases are quite aggravating. Not only that, Judge, but he hasn't reported in over a year. And then he gets arrested for smuggling. It looks like 5 undocumented people and driving over 100 miles an hour while they're all in the car with them. It's quite serious, Judge, and I would be opposed.
Yeah, I saw that. We'll do that. In fact, Rubio was just signing on right now. Let me get him in here.
Well, maybe Rubio could argue it, Judge, as well, so I can get my voucher submitted and move on. It looks like he's right here, Judge.
Yeah.
May I log off, Your Honor?
Sure.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Rubio, are you available? Can you hear me, Rubio?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Salinas, you've got a couple of cases. Well, you've got one case set this afternoon, but we have another individual in front of us right now by the name of Domingo Cantu. He was a court-appointed Jorge Ortegon on his new charges of smuggling, evading. Mr. Ortegon just logged off right now, indicating that he was advised that you had been retained, but we weren't sure if you were retained on this case also, or just on the motion to revoke.
Judge, he hired me to represent him on all his cases. That's my understanding. His dad came in yesterday and hired us.
Well, we've got a bond reduction or writ hearing scheduled today on the smuggling charges. 2 counts of smuggling.
I don't want to slow anything down. If he can handle that, we're okay with that, if he's willing to do that.
He made an argument. I told him that based on the fact that Mr. Cantu has a pending motion to revoke And the allegations on the motion to revoke is that he's been an absconder for over a year. I was going to deny any relief as far as reducing his bond. What I did advise him, though, I would hold off on that decision. You've got a hearing on the 26th on the motion to revoke to see if Judge Mancias will grant a bond. Now, should he grant you a bond, I can revisit this one. At this point, my decision was to deny any relief.
Judge, could we get a setting on this case then for next week?
Do it on the 27th.
27th would work for me, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Case will be reset to March 27th at 2 p.m. Send out the Zoom invite probably the day before, Mr. Salinas.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a seat, sir. The next case we're going to call is, let's see. C-1290-24-I, State of Texas versus Vanessa Marie Cantu. Vanessa is present.
Yes, Your Honor.
Speaking is correct, Vanessa?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stand right there is good. She is present. Mr. Salinas, this is your motion. You may proceed, sir.
Judge, the defendant currently has bonds in excess of 100,000. In fact, I think it's 10,000, 20, 60, 60, and 10. So I guess the total is about 120, 40, 50, 60, 160,000.
Yeah.
And I'm asking the court to reduce the bonds. These are non-violent offenses, Judge. She's a U.S. citizen. Her mother's in front of me right now. I've known her mom for a long time. I understand this is her arrest is based under the law of parties. She was a passenger in a vehicle. A co-defendant by the name of Guadalupe Peña, I believe, during his arraignment took complete responsibility, saying he was the only one that was guilty of this offense. Not saying that he's guilty, but that's what I understood from the facts of this case. I don't have a copy of the probable cause, Judge. I don't know all the particulars about this case, but I'm asking the court to reduce the bond. It's a non-violent offense. She does not have an extensive criminal history. She has one minor assault case from a long time ago. So I'm asking the court if the court would consider a PR bond on these cases.
Jake?
Yes, Your Honor. I went ahead and looked at it. Mr. Rubio's correct. She doesn't have any prior criminal history. My only biggest concern, Judge, is it was quite a bit of drugs and there was a revolver found in the vehicle. But that being said, Your Honor, I will agree to recommend a reduction, subject to the court's approval, of course, that the manufacturing delivery of the two manufacturing deliveries of $60,000 apiece, Judge, be reduced to $20,000 apiece, and the $20,000 possession of controlled substance, Your Honor, be reduced to $10,000 cash surety. And Judge, I misspoke. It's not manufacturing delivery. They're all possessions. My apologies.
And the one that said 20, you said reduced to what, Jake?
20. The one that's 20, Your Honor, reduce it to 10. And the two that are at 60,000 apiece, Judge, I'll reduce those to 20.
There's one at 10, though.
I think that's a
he said-
misdemeanor, Rubio, and I think that might have been filed already. Actually, no, that's correct. That hasn't been filed. I'm
There's
okay,
two
Judge.
misdemeanors.
Yes, I'm okay, Judge, on those two misdemeanors being reduced to $2,500 cash surety apiece.
Well, she's very limited on her funds, Judge, so this is something that she would not be able to make. So I'm asking the court to consider a PR bond or perhaps even lower than what the state's recommending, Judge. But like I said, Judge, this was in a bag. That bag did not belong to my client. That bag belonged to somebody else. That person took responsibility. So to sit there and force her to shell out money when there's an issue as to whether or not she's even culpable of this offense, I think would just amount to a punishment on this defendant. So we're asking the court to consider my request, Judge, for a PR bond.
My concern is one of the drugs that was found in the vehicle was fentanyl.
Correct,
Over
Your
8
Honor.
grams of fentanyl. What I'm gonna do on the possession of controlled substance penalty group 3, less than 28 grams, currently set at 10,000. I'll reduce that to $2,500 PR. The possession of dangerous drugs, currently set at $10,000. I'll reduce that to $2,500 PR. Possession of controlled substance penalty group 1/1 be between 1 gram and 4 grams, currently set at 20,000, set to $5,000 cash surety. The possession of controlled substance, they're both the same penalty group, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, they
So
are,
what-
and they're also
what's it
both set at
say?
60.
Okay, those two charges, I'll reduce them to $10,000 cash surety each one. So you're looking at a total of $25,000 cash surety. The other two are PR bonds, Mr. Salinas.
We're grateful, Judge. Thank you for your time. And thank you, Mr. Garza. Appreciate your help on this.
Thanks for
I'm
real.
also, real quickly, I'm also gonna order random UAs through probation. I know you're saying these weren't her drugs, so she shouldn't have a problem with it. Probation will contact you to go in and get drug tested. If you don't show up, we're gonna have a hearing and see why we shouldn't put you back in jail. If you show up and you're positive for drugs or alcohol, you're gonna end up back in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you employed? Do you have a job? Where do you work?
I'm in the medical field. I have orientation on April 1st at the South Texas ER hospital.
And where do you live? What city do you live in?
Well, I was living in Alamo. I'm currently moving to Elsa.
Okay. All right. Stay in contact with your attorney.
And no contact with co-defendants, Judge?
No contact with the co-defendants. You understand that?
But you won't be here on the 27th. You're leaving on vacation.
Thank you, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Hold on, Mr. Salinas, real quickly.
We can try the 26th.
Your case that I reset earlier,
Yes, sir.
I will not be available on the 27th. You have your hearing on the 26th in the morning, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Will you be available that afternoon, the 26th?
I am available, Judge.
All right, we'll do that on C-1252-24-I. Will be reset to March the 26th at 2 p.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Salinas. We'll submit the orders this afternoon.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
And we've got one more. Melisandre, are you available? Okay, have a seat. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Yes, Your Honor, Your Honor. My
The next
apologies.
case
I
we're
was
gonna call
skimming.
is that's fine, C-0890-24-J, State of Texas versus Jose Luis Mata.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr.
Melisandra
Mata?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Melisandra Mendoza on behalf of Mr. Mata. Your Honor, my client is currently incarcerated for an alleged possession of a controlled substance more than 1 gram less than 4, a third-degree felony. He has been incarcerated for over 30 days, Your Honor. He has not been able to make a bond at this time. I am court-appointed, Your Honor. This is not a victim. There's not a victim involved in this particular case. I am respectfully requesting for a PR bond in this case. According to my records from the Hidalgo County Odyssey system, Your Honor, he does have 2 prior cases out of the 275th. And let me have just a minute here.
Yes, Your Honor, it looks like he has a DWI third from 2001. It looks like on that case, Judge, he was placed on, he was actually placed in prison for 7 years. And the possession of controlled substance from 2010, the second-degree felony, he did 3 years TDC.
I saw a 4-year TDC stint in 2018. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that's
DWI
correct.
third
He
also?
actually, yes, another DWI from 2018. He did 4 years TDC as well. That's correct, Your Honor. So he's a, I guess, a mega habitual.
What are you asking, Melisandre?
Your Honor, since this is not a crime in which there is a victim involved, I am respectfully requesting a PR bond. If the court is not willing to consider based on my client's criminal history, I am respectfully asking for a 1,000 cash surety bond.
Judge, I'll go ahead and reduce it a little bit, but obviously subject to court's approval from $15,000 cash surety to $10,000 cash surety. I believe that's reasonable, light of the defendant's extensive criminal history.
Raise your right answer. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Put your hand down. State your name, please.
Jose Luis Mata,
How old are you, sir?
45.
What city do you currently live in?
Mercedes,
Who do you live with?
my mother,
You have a job?
yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm a truck driver,
You have a CDL?
yes, sir.
You travel across the state or just in Texas?
From the United States.
You work for a company or
Yes,
independent?
sir. For piece of equipment in Elsa, Texas,
You still have a job?
yes, sir.
I'm gonna order, if you make bond, I'm gonna order random UAs through probation. Same thing I told her. Probation's gonna contact you. You need to go in and get drug tested. If not, you're gonna be back in here. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
No drugs, no alcohol while you're out on bond until this case is resolved.
Yes, sir.
Bond will be reduced. How long has he been in custody? 30 days?
Your
That
Honor,
is correct, Your Honor.
yes, 30 days, Judge, as of today.
Bond will be reduced to $2,500 cash surety.
Thank you, Your
You
Honor.
make that bond? 10% is about $300.
Yes, sir.
$2,500 cash surety. Stay in contact with your attorney, you understand?
Yes, sir.
And if the bondsman allows you to leave the state, that's fine, but you make sure you show up when you have court.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, this concludes my business before this honorable court. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much, Your
you.
Honor. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Yeah, that's everything.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
You too. Have a good afternoon.
Yes, sir.